did Holden actually make a VSS mid-engine coupe? Well, not really, but parent company General Motors did. Code name Blackjack. We need to go back to 2013 to find the story. This is it, Blackjack, in all its ugliness. A unique prototype developed by GM. But why? To test and refine the mid-engine architecture for the 8th generation Chevrolet Corvette C8. Blackjack, created in 2013, it combines elements of a Holden SSV Ute and AC7 Corvette, serving as a critical test mule for engineering advancements. The idea of a mid-engine Chevrolet Corvette originated in the late 1950s, driven by Zora Arkus Duntov, a key figure in Corvette's development. As Corvette's chief engineer, Duntov, a former racer and engineer, believed a mid-engine layout would improve weight distribution, handling, and performance, aligning with his vision of making the Corvette a world-class sports car to compete with European rivals like Ferrari and Porsche. The concept first materialized with a 1960 Serv-1 Chevrolet experimental research vehicle, a single-seat, open-wheel prototype with a mid-mounted 283 cubic inch V8 engine. Introduced in 1960, Serv-1 was designed as a testbed for advanced engineering ideas, including a mid-engine configuration, to explore its potential for racing in future production Corvettes. Duntov saw it as a way to push Chevrolet into Indy car racing, though General Motors' ban on motorsports at the time limited its scope. In 1964, the Serv-2 prototype followed, further refining the mid-engine concept. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Duntov and his team proposed several mid-engine concepts, including the 1968 Astro 2 and 1970 XP8-82 prototypes. The XP8-82 came close to production but was shelved due to high costs and strong sales of the front-engine C3 Corvette. Later, in the 1970s, the 1973 Aerovette, originally the XP895, revived the idea with a mid-mounted 400 cubic inch V8 in sleek styling, briefly approved for production in 1980 but cancelled due to economic constraints and leadership changes. The mid-engine idea persisted through experimental projects like the 1990 Serv-3, which used a 5.7-liter twin-turbo V8, producing 650 horsepower. Fast forward to 2013 and General Motors give the mid-engine idea another chance. And guess what they start with? A black 2012 Holden SSV Ute imported from Australia. Code-named Blackjack, General Motors ripped off the cab section and replaced it with one from AC7 Corvette. They then stretched and widened the body, flared the wheel arches, and extended the tray so it could house a V8 engine. Blackjack includes a Porsche PDK gearbox and a multi-link rear suspension, essential for testing the C8's handling and performance. Some configuration photos like the large rear wing, focusing on aerodynamic balance and suspension testing. Blackjack played a key role in developing the C8 Corvette's aluminum structure and mid-engine layout. It was used to validate ride, handling, cooling, and packaging issues, with engineers conducting secretive tests to keep the project under wraps. Measures included deploying spotters to identify spy helicopters and using tarps to cover the car during testing. Blackjack is currently on display at the National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This display serves as a historical record of its contribution to the C8 Corvette, which was unveiled with a mid-engine layout in 2019 and has since been a significant model in Chevrolet's lineup.
Ladies and gentlemen, the all-new 2020 mid-engine Corvette.
For the first time since the 1953 introduction of the Corvette, the current generation Corvette is offered in right-hand drive configuration for the Australian, New Zealand, Japanese, and UK markets. The Corvette C8 is General Motors' only RHD vehicle to be assembled in the factory rather than converted from left-hand drive. Holden Australia is gone, but it's not dead, for as long as the Corvette C8 and future mid-engine variants survive, then so does a portion of Holden. So, if you are longing for more of Holden, then go find yourself a Corvette C8, but be quick as only 200 are sold in Australia per year. Until next time.